Hey, my name's James Nicholson. I hope you're well. If you're a landlord, I've got some good news for you. If you're a homeowner, this could impact you at some point as well. So make sure you keep watching this video. Now, this channel is growing really well at the moment. Help me if you can. If you haven't done already, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. I'm trying to hit 7,000 subscribers this week. We're that close. You'll be able to see around here somewhere how many we're at. And we're trying to hit 700,000 views in total this week. And we're trying to hit 100,000 views just this August. So how can you help with that? Well, smash that like button over there, guys. It'll take you 2 seconds. Lots of you do it every video, and I really appreciate everyone that does it. So quickly smash that button over there. So, well, I wanted to do another video on this because I want more people to be aware of this. Lots of landlords are leaving the market. And that's for various reasons. Interest rates going up, tax with Section 24, not being able to evict people with Section 21. But one of the bigger ones, and one that really scares landlords, is the EPCs, right? And so what is an EPC first? Well, it's an energy performance certificate. You have to have these if you rent a house or you sell a house. If you look on Rightmove on any of the listings, you can see what is the energy performance certificate for that property. I think they go from G up to A. A is the best of the best. Very hard, very rare that you'll get that. You could probably only do it on a new build, and you'd have to really get an architect to build that into the plan, right? You just can't get there very easily. So what the government has said is that landlords have got to get it up to a level C, the magic C. Now, most properties are nowhere near a level C. This office where I am in right now was an F. Then they changed the rules slightly and they gave electric heating a slight boost, and now it is a level E. So it's okay. It's not too cold. It's warm enough, but it shows that it is really, really hard to get to that level C. So what do you need to do? Well, you need to improve things like insulation. Maybe you need to have solar, double glazed windows if you can have those. And not every property is able to do that. Now, if you live in London, then this could be slightly easier, because in a flat, if you've got properties around you here, you've got property above you, property below you, and a property behind you, that's going to really insulate your property, and it's only one exterior wall that you need to worry about. Then you need to get some double glazing. And also, London properties, where you've got the benefit is the house, flat, whatever it is, might be worth hundreds of thousands of pounds. So if you've got to spend some money doing it up, it's a fraction of a percentage of what the house is actually worth. Where it gets tough, though, is for landlords in areas where house prices are not so valuable. So let's just say you bought a house in Doncaster for £50,000. Then if you need to buy solar, double glazing, insulation, that might easily cost you half the value of your house. 25 grand you could spend in a blink of an eye. And so that's where we've got some problem. Now, the government was saying initially that this had to be done by 2025. Then they came along a few months ago and said, scrap that. We're going to give you some more time. So we're going to give you till 2028, which was great. More time is needed. Now, the problem here was that when we had the 2025 deadline, they said if you can't get it to level C, if you spend £3,000 and you can show where you spent that £3,000 just on energy performance improvements, so like a new boiler or something like that, you'll get a pass. Then that never materialised, and now with the 2028 deadline, they're saying you've got to spend £10,000 at least in order to do that property up. Because not every property can get to a level C. If you own a Victorian building, it's old, it's drafty, maybe you're not allowed to do certain things in certain areas, you're going to struggle. So they came up with this idea that you'd spend 10 grand, but there was no clarity on when did that start, when did it end, did you have to use certain suppliers, did you have to use certain materials? There was no real details on that. So no one did anything. And then Michael Gover said the other day, look, landlords are under too much pressure. They're all leaving the market. We've got a rental crisis on our hands at the moment. So what they've said right now is we're scrapping 2028 And we're just not going to have a deadline at all at the moment. Now, they are going to come back to this. Of course they are. But this does give landlords that little bit more breathing space while interest rates are high, while landlords are leaving the market, and they don't need to deal with that right now. Now, I'm not saying as a landlord that you shouldn't improve your property. Of course you should. You want to improve it. You want to make it more energy efficient. But what needs to happen right now is the government need to come out with a real roadmap for this EPC stuff. No one has a problem. Well, some people have a problem, but people generally don't have a problem with making their houses greener, more energy efficient, better quality, because that helps with the value of their house. But what they need is a roadmap. We need to know, how much do you need us to spend? By when do you need to spend? Does it need to be spent with certain people, like certain suppliers? Or can I go to Wix or B&Q myself and buy some insulation? And as long as I put that through my accounts, that counts towards my amount of that £10,000. So the good news is that, look, right now, you don't have to worry. There isn't the pressure there anymore. It is indefinitely scrapped. They said it's going to come back, but until it comes back, it's not something that you even need to look at. And that's a good thing. When they've talked about it, Michael Gove has said it won't be 2028. It will be in the future at some point. So I think it won't be at least until 2030, which gives you another 7 years. And if in that time, we get the clear guidelines, what needs to happen and when and where we can buy it from, then people can start to do this. I think another key thing that they should do, which I've heard that they're considering, is allowing landlords to release some equity so they don't have to pay this out of their pocket. If they've got equity in their property, release equity just to do this work. Right? So if they can release the equity, it's not going to hit them so hard in the pocket as if they have to pay out of the rental payment or the cash flow that they get on their property. And so we can put a section of that loan where we say, right, this is an equity release and it's only to be able to spend on improvements of the EPC, double glazing, solar, insulation, these sorts of things that we need to do. So I think making the country more energy efficient is good. That's one of the problems that we've had with inflation, is we're so reliant on overseas energy. If we can use less, that's good. And that will make our economy that little bit more stable. I also feel that once they have a plan in place, this will create a lot of highly skilled jobs. So if we can have some sort of clarity on what solar impact has on our property, more people will want products like solar, which is a well-paying industry. They earn good money, and that's good for the economy to have some highly skilled people. So this is good news. It's not often we're getting good news as landlords at the moment. Let me know your thoughts on it. Do comment below. Do be nice and kind in the comments as well. Help me get to 100,000 views this month, guys, by liking the video, subscribing if you didn't already. And here's another video you can go and watch, because that'll get me at least one more view.